a Mom's Corner episode, and today we're going to talk about disobedience. I've been recently experiencing not just myself alone with my kids, but observing also other kids that are doing the same thing. And really, Mom's Corner needs you to understand that it's not you alone. It's not disobedience. You are facing normal human nature, normal human growth to get to being an independent person who loves integrity. All right, because that's where we want our children to be. So what's been happening is that I'll give you two examples of disobedience. It's just simple stuff. A kid was playing with, let's say, Charles and Henry were playing together, and the adult in charge didn't want Charles to be playing with Henry because he was disturbing Henry from what Henry was doing. So she moved Charles over to here and told Charles, you sit down and you do this. And she turns around, does other stuff, comes back, and Charles is back with Henry again. This happened at least twice, and then she had to put Charles in the naughty corner. All right? This is normal. All right? So adults, moms, don't get upset. All right? Just got to deal with it. The other incident was yesterday. We were at a group of us were together, and I told my son, please don't have any soft drink, any soda at this point, because it's kind of early. All right? So we don't drink soft drink, too much sugar. We had enough already. And he kind of says, give you that face and says, but I want it, etc., etc. I said, no soda at this point in time. So he had the soft drink in his hand still. I left him with it because you need to see what they're going to do with it. I turned around a couple minutes later, half the bottle was gone, didn't say anything. When we got home later that night, had a simple conversation, and this is where your breakthrough is. You got to have the conversations. Why did you, well, not necessarily why. Psychologists and coaches don't like the word why, because most of us don't know why. Anyway, what you want to get to is how he ended up drinking soft drink. And I said, well, do you realize that you disobeyed me earlier? And he kind of didn't remember 100%. And I says, yes, the soft drink. You finished, you drank the soft drink, and I told you not to drink it. And we kind of went through all of it, and eventually it ended up being that he knew he wasn't supposed to have it, but he kind of forgot that I told him no, and it was in his hand, so he drank it. All right, moms, it's no need to get upset. What you gotta do is says, okay, so next time when I tell you no, you need to put it down right away. All right, so we don't go into that forgot, etc., etc. And that's them. You want your child to own the responsibility. You want your child to own the guilt, and to be able to tell themselves no. Because you and I are not going to be there forever to keep telling them, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Remember this, remember that. No, we got to get them to independence. All right. So I hope I was able to clear up some matters for you. Let's work on disobedience. Moms, it's an everyday fight. All right. You have to pick one or two things that you're going to be absolutely hard on in terms of this is what we do not do. And then you go to the very serious stuff, and then you bring it in closer and closer to the not so important stuff. If your child is having a lot of difficulty obeying, then you could try the other way around. But what you don't want to do is have them thinking and not be able to do anything. Because if you have too many rules on them, it's not going to work. All right?